Here's an alternative to my usual oatmeal with frozen blueberries. This is oatmeal with steamed apples, with cinnamon, and a sliced banana. I highly recommend getting a 3-cup rice cooker for daily use. I used this one or two times per day to make my rice, oatmeal, lentils, quinoa, and barley. For oatmeal, I use at least 18 ounces of water for 1 cup of dry old-fashioned oats. And I find with rice and lentils, you have to be pretty precise with the amount of water you use. But with oatmeal, I sometimes just free pour it. You can't really use too much water. It still comes out really good. While we're on the topic of oatmeal, did you know that oatmeal has about 5% calories from fat? So when people ask where are you going to get your healthy fats from, there's a small amount of fat and protein for that matter as well in many plant foods that all add up to an adequate amount. Chickpeas as well, for example, have 5% fat, 3% fat in bananas. Yes, they are low fat foods, but they're not no fat foods. And I just think that's important to note. Just because we say no oil, which is 100% fat, doesn't mean there's no fat naturally in the food at all. And I think a lot of the time, people can get caught up in the technicalities, the counting of calories, trying to hit certain percentages of protein and fat. But the big question is, how do you feel? How do you feel when you eat certain meals? Some people will message me and say, I love this way of eating, but I feel best when I have some avocado or tahini in my salad. Then that's fine. Those are perfectly healthy foods. Yes, they're higher in fat, but so what? The only time I would recommend eliminating higher fat or higher calorie density natural foods, like dates is another one, for example, would be if they trigger junk food cravings. Like sometimes people will say if they make guacamole, they can't stop themselves from eating a whole bag of chips with it. Or the other reason to limit things like tahini would be because you just can't lose weight that you really want to lose. And this will vary from person to person. Adding higher fat foods like those can keep you at a weight loss plateau. But I just want to reiterate how important it is to experiment to see what works best for you and then trust yourself.